What's going on, everybody? Hopefully today I can teach y'all something new. Alright, yo. So today I'm looking to be going over things that you should know before you learn how to ollie. Because it's always like whenever somebody's new to skateboarding or they just hopped on a skateboard and they're like, man, how do I jump or how do I ollie? So hopefully I'm going to teach y'all some easier things to learn. And I'm going to say things because not everything in this video is going to be a trick. So it's just going to be something so simple. So simple as even just riding the skateboard. I know it sounds stupid, but I strongly suggest that to anybody first learning to skateboard. Is like, don't jump to learning anything until you are comfortable on that skateboard, so you can jump on and jump off in any direction or step on with either foot and just maneuver the skateboard. You're gonna first need to find out if you're regular or goofy footed, if you're brand new. So if you jump on the board and whichever way is your front, let's say your left foot is your front foot, that makes you regular. And if you jump on the board and your right foot is your front foot, then you're goofy footed. But that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being goofy, even though the name is goofy. If you're at any point shaky when stepping on and off the skateboard, it's definitely not time to ollie. You need to be super comfortable when on that board. Alright, yo, so on this next part, I really mean it. Whether you're regular footed or goofy footed, always push with your back foot. Never push with your front foot. Just leave it at that. When learning how to ride your skateboard and push comfortably, it's really important that you keep, I'd say maybe about 90 to like even 100% of your body weight on your front foot that's on the board. Your push foot, it's just pushing your body. So the whole time, your weight is gonna stay on the skateboard. So you definitely don't wanna look goofy. I mean, it's gonna happen, it's okay. But you don't wanna transfer your weight to your push foot every time. It's gonna be really bad to keep your balance and throw your weight back on the board when it's moving and you're pushing fast. Also, when learning how to skateboard in the first place, you should not pick an area like how I'm kind of in, which is like a brick ground area. You want really smooth ground or a really smooth street or a driveway. You're not gonna wanna pick like a ugly street with rocks everywhere. Like when you're first learning how to skateboard, you're not gonna wanna hit a rock and then fall right there, and you might think, man, maybe skateboarding isn't for me because this is really hard. I'm not really good, but it's really the ground's fault. I still, to this day, I choose not to skateboard in really ugly areas full of rocks, and it's just bad news, man. Make sure you have more of like a smooth ground to have up here, or even a skate park. It might be really intimidating to go to the skate park just to learn how to skateboard in the first place, but I mean, it's always gonna be smooth ground when you get there, so it's good to learn and practice. All right, so now the next part, once you're really comfortable riding the skateboard, or even at the same time you're learning how to be comfortable, you're gonna wanna learn how to tic-tac. I like to think of it more of, instead of pressing down on the tail, I think of it as more of lifting your front foot with your weight on the tail. So when you lift the front foot, the board sticks right to your feet. And then during that, you're gonna be twisting your shoulders before you lift. So you're gonna twist, lift, twist, lift, twist, lift. Kind of funky, but you'll see what I mean. Alright, yo, so once you have just riding the skateboard comfortably and tic-tacs, you might want to move on to just learning manuals. Manuals are just a fun way to learn your balance and how to get even more comfortable on the skateboard. You can do it anywhere, really. You just look on the ground and you can find like a square of different color ground or a crack to a crack. You can just try and hold your balance on that back. And once again, like the tic tac, I'm thinking of it more of, instead of pressing down on the tail and like trying to hold your balance that way, is lifting your front foot and holding the balance that way. It turns out a lot easier. Now, one of the main steps in learning how to be comfortable on the skateboard is also learning how to stop your skateboard. And that's a major part of even looking good on the skateboard. Is you pull up to your group of friends or something, you go to stop and you, or you even fall. I mean, that's a major part of skateboarding, is learning how to stop. There's many different ways to stop your skateboard, but today I'm only going to be going over a few. So for the first way of how to stop your skateboard, it's going to be your foot positioning. It's going to be like normal, you know, one foot just under the bolts or on the bolts, wherever you feel comfortable. And your back foot, instead of being sideways like normal after you push, you're going to position it so your heel is hanging off, and you're going to transfer your weight about 90 to like 100% to your heel, your back heel, and you're just going to drag that heel down instead of the tail. You don't want to drag your tail. That's bad news. You're going to want to drop your heel into the ground and get a smooth stop. And now the next way is the same kind of setup. You're going to have the same normal setup, but instead you're going to hang your toes off, like a whole bunch of toe off, and you're gonna turn your body, kind of like the tic tac. You're gonna turn your body and you're gonna drop those toes into the ground, not your tail again. You're not gonna wanna drag that tail again, that's bad news. You're gonna wanna hang your toes off and rotate. You're gonna drag them toes all the way around in kind of like a 180 motion. The final way how to stop is probably one of the easiest ways how to stop, is just rotating your front foot 90 degrees and then bringing this back foot off like you're gonna push, but you drop it into the ground and just dragging that foot onto the ground until you can get to a smooth stop. Another step into learning how to get comfortable with your skateboard is learning how to pick up your board. With your back foot pressing down on the tail, not slamming it, but you're just gonna pop it just enough. And instead of trying to catch it, you're gonna jam your fingers and all that. You just wanna pop it up and slap your hand up under it until you can get comfortable doing that. Just keep doing that until you know when you get a good pop and you know where it's gonna be. Instead of trying to catch it, you're gonna jam your fingers every time. That's gonna be a bad day. Pop it up and catch it with your hand, more of in like a wide open slap. And once you get comfortable with that, you can just do it without looking. It just becomes muscle memory. It's too easy.